और आगे बढ़ते हुए फिल्म शमशेरा की रणवीर कपूर के फैंस का इंतजार खत्म हुआ और शमशेरा रिलीज हुई है। स्टारकास्ट इंडिया न्यूज पर लाइव आपको दिखेगी। कुछ सवालों का जवाब किस खास अंदाज में दिया है शमशेरा की स्टारकास्ट ने, देखिए आप।
नमस्कार, मैं उदय प्रताप सिंह। आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया न्यूज और न्यूज एक्स। वी आर इन कॉन्वर्सेशन टुडे विद द इंटायर टीम ऑफ द फिल्म शमशेरा। जी हाँ, फिल्म शमशेरा आखिर रिलीज हो रही है। बहुत बड़ी रिलीज है 2022 की, जुलाई महीने के 22 तारीख को आ रही है। पहले तो बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू टू न्यूज एक्स। We have with us Sanjay Dutt, so I have to of course start with you, sir. What was it about this film और इस किरदार में कि आपने हाँ बोला? आप करण के संग काम कर चुके हो। एक आइकॉनिक विलन आपने उनके फिल्म में प्ले किया था, अग्निपथ। It's I think going to go down in history as one of the most loved villains, one of the most loved villains, no doubt, that we've seen on the big screen. But इस किरदार में, इस नेगेटिव किरदार में क्या अलग लगा आपको?
पहली बात यह है कि करण हमेशा एक कमर्शियल मास ओरिएंटेड पिक्चर बनाता है। वो बहुत कम अभी बनती हैं, लेकिन और इनके जो कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं, वेदर इट्स द विलन और आई मीन लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द हीरो। आई मीन ही इज लार्जर देन लाइफ, ही इज बैटलिंग अगेंस्ट द बिगेस्ट बैटल्स ही इज फाइटिंग। और माँ है, एक विलन है एंड एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट। तो आई थिंक दीज स्टोरीज कैन नेवर फेल, और उसके ऊपर मतलब कि करण जो विलन लेके आता है वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग विलन होता है, जैसे इसने अग्निपथ में किया। और उसे इस पिक्चर में बिल्कुल हटके ही करना था अग्निपथ से। कांचा, देयर शुडंट बी अ रिजेम्बलेंस ऑफ कांचा इन शुद्ध सिंह जी, एंड शुद्ध सिंह इज अमेजिंग।
तो मैं आपसे जरूर पूछूंगा, क्योंकि अब तो आपको पता था कि ही गिव्स इट द फ्लैश, जैसे आपने देखा अग्निपथ में। मगर तब जब वो कांचा लेके आए थे आपके पास, तो क्या तब दुविधा थी कि विल द ऑडियंस एक्सेप्ट मी, मैं नेगेटिव करूं ना करूं?
नहीं थी, वो मैं डरता नहीं हूँ यार। वो इमेज हो या ये हो, बेसिकली मैं एक्टर आदमी हूँ, चाहे जो भी किरदार हो, विलन भी क्यों ना हो। आई मीन आई एम एन एक्टर, व्हाई कांट आई प्रोजेक्ट माई सेल्फ एज द बैड गाय? व्हाई शुड आई हैव दैट इमेज कि नहीं बहुत प्यारा लड़का है ऑल दैट। मैं एक्टर हूँ, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ। एंड इट वाज टफ कांचा, क्योंकि मैं अपने आप से भी डर गया था एक्चुअली जब मैंने देखा ऐसे भी, यार ये मैं नहीं हो सकता।
नो डाउट। इससे पहले कि मैं हीरो के पास आऊं, आपने हीरो का जिक्र किया और कहा कि लार्जर देन लाइफ है। क्या इस रणबीर कपूर के किरदार से आपको याद आया कि 80s और 90s में जो हीरोज होते थे फिल्म्स में, सिनेमा में?
देखिए 80-90s आप ऐसी बातें मत कीजिए, क्योंकि 80s-90s की सिनेमा, ये सिनेमा जब सिनेमा शुरू हुआ था तब से है और ये हमेशा यही चलता रहेगा। ये 5-6 कहानियां हैं जो कभी हमको छोड़ के नहीं जाएंगी। इट्स जस्ट द वे डायरेक्टर्स इंटरप्रेट देम, वेदर इट्स द साउथ और वेदर इट्स हियर और वेदर इट्स एनी मूवी। तो ये आज का सिनेमा है शमशेरा। यू कांट से कि 90s की पिक्चर 80s की है, ये आज की पिक्चर है।
आज के और आपको अनुभव भी है, क्योंकि अभी आपने साउथ में भी काम किया है, तो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं वहां भी इस तरह की
बाहुबली की कहानी आपने कितने टाइम सुनी है? एक राजा के महल से एक लड़का, जो माँ ने उसको, दादी ने ऐसे रखा, मछेरे के फैमिली में चला गया, लेकिन हिज इंटरप्रिटेशन वाज फैंटास्टिक।
रणबीर, इट्स योर फर्स्ट पीरियड फिल्म। आपके काफी फर्स्ट हैं इस फिल्म में। आपकी फर्स्ट पीरियड फिल्म है, द फर्स्ट फिल्म यू आर प्लेइंग अ डबल रोल एज वेल। First film, of course, with Sanjay Dutt. First film with Vaani Kapoor, with Karan Malhotra, was worked with your father in the past. तो बहुत first हैं, इन्हीं first की वजह से आप इस प्रोजेक्ट में आए?
नहीं, आई थिंक हर फिल्म में एक ही मकसद होता है कि आप जब कहानी सुनते हो, आपको कहानी पसंद आती है। सो इट्स एन इंस्टिंक्टिव रिएक्शन। ऑफ कोर्स मैंने इस किस्म की फिल्म नहीं की थी, ये जॉनर की फिल्म नहीं की थी। एंड आई थिंक जस्ट टू टेक फॉरवर्ड व्हाट यू गाइस वर टॉकिंग, दैट दीज फिल्म्स, हम बहुत बोलते हैं हिंदी कमर्शियल सिनेमा या मसाला फिल्म, बट उसका एक्चुअल मतलब होता है मल्टी जॉनर फिल्म, वेयर देयर आर सो मेनी डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स that an audience comes to the theater, and for 3 hours they experience all those emotions, if it's comedy, drama, romance, heroism, fight for people, freedom, everything. So it was very exciting for me. I think I didn't have the confidence in the first 15 years of my career, nor did I get offered, because I think जो मेरे जनरेशन के फिल्म मेकर्स हैं, probably above me also, वो अलग कहानियां बना रहे थे, issues अलग थे, conflicts अलग थे, So, but I'm very happy that I got to dabble in this genre with Karan Malhotra, with Sanju sir by my side. So it's just a dream team.
Okay, you've known him, of course, since you were a child. But first time you're on sets with him, working with him, did it meet your expectation? Did you always imagine that this is how Sanjay Dutt's vibe would be on set, or was it different?
No, it went beyond my expectations. Actually, the first time I worked with him was Sanju biopic mein humne ek gaana kiya tha, Baba Bolta Hai, at the end of it. And we just had a great time because he's just so chilled, he's not taking himself too seriously. बहुत मेहनत से काम करते हैं. And this role, if it was hard for me, it was even harder for him. Karan Malhotra has a penchant of really making his actors feel the emotion, which has a result. That's why his films are so loved. That's why his characters are loved. तो मुश्किल तो था, but I think Sanju sir being by our side, he just made the entire journey very easy and nice.
Yeah, Rishi ji's Rauf, of course, is also another iconic character. What did he tell you when you told him you're working finally with Karan Malhotra?
Well, I think firstly, even for him to do Rauf Lala was a far departure from the kind of films he did.
No doubt.
So that was a first for him also. I mean, kudos to Karan and Ekta for seeing Rauf Lala in him, because I don't think he saw it in himself. I know that he used to call him all the time. In the morning he used to say yes, at night he used to say no, I'm not doing this film. So he had a lot of hesitation, but eventually I think it gave him a lot of love. It gave him a new lease of a new career where he started doing a lot of roles like this, and he started having fun actually as an actor. When I signed Shamshera, he was very happy कि मैं करण मल्होत्रा के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ. He was like, ये करण एक ऐसा डायरेक्टर है जो ऑडियंस के लिए फिल्म बनाता है, खुद के लिए नहीं बनाता. Of course, he said कि he's a hard task master. ये बहुत तंग करेगा, लेकिन eventually एक अच्छी फिल्म बनाएगा. And I think the endeavor is that only कि आप अच्छी फिल्म का पार्ट बनो.
Vaani, I was hearing one of your interviews where you said कि जिस तरीके से करण ने आपका किरदार इंटरप्रेट किया है और जिस तरह से आप का द वर्किंग वाइब ऑन सेट कभी नहीं हुआ आपका इस आज तक करियर में. दैट्स अ बिग थिंग. आपने ऐसा क्यों कहा?
No, I just feel there's a gaping difference, in what I've done in the past and what Karan has taken out of me as Sona. I feel he has a different interpretation, he has a different way of working. There's a lot of realism, realistic acting, and the kind of today off-screen conversations that we have. That's the conversational method, or whatever you may call it, as an acting thing that we do on screen. But this had a different flair, to the character. So I feel like that something new and refreshing for me to explore. And what happens is more rewarding when somebody else can find something in you that you yourself haven't explored yet. Call it an extension to your personality or something which you adapt to becoming and exploring. I think all of this is what makes acting interesting and exciting. So yeah, for me it was the first. And
okay. He told us the Sanjay Dutt vibe on set. I want you to tell us the Ranbir Kapoor vibe on set.
Ranbir Kapoor's vibe.
And did it meet your expectation? Did you expect this will be Ranbir avatar on set?
Let me figure. Ranbir, how nice were you to me?
Was it nice to her?
Well, look at that. He thinks in his head that he bullied me. Or no, not bullied. But what you guys used to make jokes or something behind my back? I don't remember. I mean, not that it. But
he's got to know in the promotion.
Yeah, I just got to know while they were discussing, having a conversation in middle of an interview, and I'm like, when did that happen? So I'm quite oblivious to it. But he's been great. Let me just be nice and.
Don't be nice, be honest.
Okay.
I don't mind the brickbats.
Strangely, me being honest is me being nice. He's been wonderful. He's so chilled out. People in fact, my team also, let me just tell you that, even my team was telling me, they're like, he's so relaxed and chilled out. There's no anxiety around, a star has arrived, a star wants this, that. There's no ego, there's no a baggage coming with a certain kind of a stature that the person holds. So he's easy, he's relaxed, he behaves normal, but when he comes on screen, he shines. And I feel like that's the ease and comfort one is looking for, to have the best interactions, best action reaction while working. You want the best energy, and that's what he gave.
Okay. Karan, final word, of course, to the captain of the ship. You've been hearing all of them. So much praise for you. It's as if you weren't in the room, but you were in the room. How will you react to all of what they've said, firstly? And secondly, for you also, it's your first as well, because Brothers and Agnipath was very different from this film. So what gave you the belief for Shamshera?
The story and the script. Because I think me and Ekta, the way we envisaged the film the way we wrote it. By the end of it, by the end of the writing process, we were so happy with it that that was the only motivation we needed to go through this whole journey, because it was a tough one, it was a grueling journey, it was a very demanding one for all of us. And you know, to kind of wake up in the morning and decide you have to go back to set and work for maybe sometimes 15 hours, sometimes 20 hours non-stop in really difficult circumstances. You can only do that if you like the written matter and you believe in the written matter. So that belief never wavered for a moment, and that's how we just sailed through this whole film, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final question to you before we wrap up, Ranbir. It's of course coming after a 4-year hiatus, because the last film was Sanju. What a film. Brilliant. We last met before that. Yes. I met Sir after the film. 4-year hiatus. How have you been dealing with this gap professionally, personally? How have these 4 years been?
Yeah, Uday, it's been a lot of work for me. You know, after Sanju's release, I've been working on Shamshera, I've been working on Brahmastra. Collectively, I've shot around 350 days. Plus, these films have required a lot of prep, a lot of training. We were hit by the pandemic for 1.5 years, and of course, my father fell unwell for a year and a half, and we were in America for his treatment. So a lot has gone, you know, ups and downs. I got married this year. I'm going to become a father. So lots to be grateful about, a lot of learnings, a lot of patience. But I think eventually what I deeply feel inside is a lot of gratitude for everything that life has given me.
Is there something called a post-marriage glow? Is that what we're seeing on you?
Right now it's makeup, but yeah, inside there is a lot of glow inside me.
No doubt. Well, thank you all so much. Sir has also been through a lot. In fact, your own fight. So kudos on that as well. And we certainly hope that you keep coming back to Delhi. And we meet next once we are celebrating Shamshera's success. Thank you so much for joining us. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप सबका हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए.
Thank you so much. Thank you.